Hey Plant Fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle, and if you are not new here, thank you for coming back. So, today, I wanted to talk to you very quickly about another Hoya care tip. Something that I get asked a lot is why my Hoya blooms keep on blasting. And what a bud blast is essentially is just when you have a peduncle and you start to get little buds, but they don't ever last. They fall off before they bloom. So why? People want to know, why does this keep on happening to my Hoyas? And I figured I would show you today to my Hoya mirabilis and her cute little bloom that she's been working on, and I've just been kind of like praying that it doesn't blast, because it is actually really common for the first bloom out on a plant to blast. Like sometimes they just don't make it, and that could be because the plant is still just really young. Like, I honestly do not know why. All that I know is that it is really normal for it to happen if it is the first one out on the plant. Like if it is the first time that it is blooming, like this peduncle, it created this long peduncle. Even got another one right here, and I think I saw another one back here actually somewhere. Oh yeah, a little baby one right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little baby peduncle coming off of here. But a lot of the times what will happen is, since this plant has never bloomed before, I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't open and if it didn't make it. But it is just such a really pretty such pretty little buds that I had to show you guys anyway. They're really pretty. They have like red on the top, and when they open, they're really gorgeous when they open. So I am hoping that I can get this one to open. It is super sun stressed, by the way. The leaves are usually green, but I have it right under my Mars Hydro light. So this is a pretty well established plant now. It should not be in this cup of perlite anymore, but the only reason why I haven't moved it is because I'm afraid to disturb this peduncle. So I'm kind of waiting until it's done with that. But again, it is really normal for that to happen if it is the first bloom. So just be patient and give it some time, and the second one should be better. But if you're still having a hard time and it just keeps on happening and you can't figure out why, the main reason why bud blast happens is inconsistent watering. So you could either be under or over watering your plant. A lot of the time, if you're under watering it, it's gonna sacrifice the bloom, because it does take a lot of energy for plants to bloom. So if it's not getting everything that it needs, not getting enough water, or getting too much water, not getting enough light, getting too much light, then it will sacrifice, just like a plant will sacrifice older leaves to help put out newer ones. It will absolutely get rid of its flower because it is not essential for its life to continue, if that makes sense. So that is the number one reason why you're going to see your blooms failing. So definitely try and be mindful of your watering if you are having a hard time. But like I said, if it is the first one, just give it time, be patient, make sure you're feeding it. I know a lot of people like to do orchid fertilizer for their Hoyas. Hoya blooms really like phosphorus, so that is why they like the orchid spray, because it does have extra phosphorus in it. So any fertilizer that has that is going to help encourage your plant to bloom and give it the nutrients that it needs to actually do that. So it's not going to automatically make your plant bloom, but it can help, especially if you are struggling to keep your blooms on your plant. So there is that. And I did also want to note about something called death blooms. So this could also be a thing that you're experiencing if you're having a hard time keeping your Hoya blooms. The plant itself might not be doing well. And I think that is why a lot of the times we will see a bloom on a Hoya propagation that's not fully rooted yet, because sometimes I think the plant goes into shock. It thinks that it's dying, and a bloom is its last attempt at survival. So it's basically trying to put its seeds out into the world before it dies, if that makes sense. So that is why they call them death blooms. It doesn't necessarily always mean your plant is dying. It just might mean that it's not getting everything that it needs, and it thinks it might be dying, so it has put out a last ditch attempt at survival. So I think that that could potentially be the case for plants that are propagations, but I'm hoping that's not the case for this one, because it is a very well established, well rooted plant. This was one of the Hoyas from my original import that went really, really badly. I actually was able to rescue a lot of them. I don't remember the name. It was called Asian Plant Export or Import, something along those lines. I can leave that video for you guys if you want to see it. It's a really old one, and it was a joint order that I did with my friend Liz, so I don't have the video of unboxing it. I just have showing them to you like after the fact, and how a lot of them just came completely dead, but some of them I was able to salvage. This plant came like 3 times this size, but I'm happy that I was at least able to salvage some of it, and I have taken cuttings and put them up on my website. So if that's something you're interested in, this is what they look like when they're sun stressed. They're usually just a regular, pretty like dark green when they're not sun stressed. So this is a Hoya mirabilis, again, in case you were wondering. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about your Hoya blooms and why they could potentially keep on failing. So I did have to research this. I was curious about it myself. I did not know why that happened ahead of time. It's not really an issue that I have, except for like with new plants, like I said. But I always kind of brushed it off and just assumed that it was because the plant was still kind of immature and not ready, didn't have the energy to put into a bloom, because it's trying to put its energy into growing roots or more leaves to help establish itself as like a plant and not just a cutting, if that makes sense. So let me know if you found this helpful. Let me know if there's anything that I left out, if there's any information that you feel is important to add to this video, because everything that I was able to find online basically just said that it has to do with watering and whether or not the plant is like blooming for the first time. So definitely don't be too hard on yourself if you have had your first Hoya bloom and it failed to open. Just give it some time, give it some love. That peduncle is still there. As long as the peduncle didn't fall off the plant, like, it will bloom again. I promise you, your Hoya will bloom for you. If you are still frustrated and you can't get any of your Hoyas to bloom, I have lots of videos talking about that, as well as just Hoya care tips. You guys know I've been trying to break these down into shorter videos for you, little bite-sized pieces of information about more specific things. So let me know if there is anything else you want me to cover. My next one on my list is talking about lighting for Hoyas and how to get them sun stressed without damaging your plants, and how long does it take, and how strong should the light be, and how close to the light should they be, and yada yada, and so on and so forth. So if you are interested in that, definitely stay tuned. Go and check out my Hoya care tips playlist that I have on my channel. That's where you're gonna find everything that you want to know about your Hoya blooms, and maybe why you can't get your Hoyas to grow, all of those good things. So definitely go and check it out. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and I hope that you found it enjoyable. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There is a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam, get some exclusive members only videos. We do live streams, we have our group chat, and it's just a lot easier to keep in touch and get to know me. I can get to know you a little bit too, and never mad about it. So definitely consider it. It is always appreciated when we get a new member. I get really excited. So if not, there's a super thanks button if you want to just donate a few dollars to my channel without the monthly commitment. Every little bit is appreciated. I cannot do this without you guys. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that you liked it, and I'm gonna go. Also, my shirt says you can't sit with us, but you can. It's okay, girl. Everybody's welcome to sit at my table. Okay, oh my god, I love you guys. Bye.